Welcome to this eLearn security training lesson on remote exploitation. In this video, we will see how remote exploitation works and which are the main differences with client-side exploitation. We will target a Windows 8 machine and a vulnerable version of real VNC server. Before mounting the attack, let's get some information about the target machine. We'll run a simple SYN scan in order to find which services the machine exposes. Let's start writing our nmap command. We will use the -S argument to run the SYN scan, and then we will add the IP address of the machine. Moreover, let us also add the SMBOS discovery script to obtain more information about the machine operating system. Now that the command is complete, let us run it and wait for the results. As we can see, the machine exposes a few services. The one we'll try to target is VNC, running on port 5900. From the script results, we can see that the target machine is Windows 8.1. Now that we know more about our target, let us switch into our Metasploit console and search for a possible exploit module. To do this, we will use the grep command in conjunction with the search option. We will use grep to filter all the exploit modules and list only the ones that are related to VNC. The command will be the following: grep VNC search type :exploit. As we can see in the results, we have all the exploit modules containing the word VNC. For our tests, we will use the first one. So let us select it with the use command, and then run the info command to display its information. As we can see from the output, the module targets both Windows and Linux operating systems. From the descriptions, we can see that it will try to send virtual keyboard keys in order to execute a payload. Let us now start configuring the module. The first thing to do is to set the remote IP address with the following command. The port is already set to the default one, so we'll leave it as is. The last thing we have to set is the password. This is required to establish the VNC connection to the remote machine. We already know it, so we'll set it with the following command. Now that the module options are set, we could run it and see if the remote service is vulnerable. Before doing that, let us set the payload to use. It's important to know that if we do not set it, Metasploit will automatically use a reverse TCP. Let's select the payload and then configure it. As usual, we will have to configure the local host parameter. This contains the IP address on which the listener will run. We can leave the other options as they are and run the module. Let's wait a few seconds. If the exploit works, we'll obtain a meterpreter session on the machine. It works! Now we have an interactive shell on the victim. Let us run the system info command to get some basic information. As supposed, we are running the session on a Windows 8.1 machine. From this moment on, we will have to run all the post-exploitation tasks, such as privilege escalation, maintaining access, pillaging, and so on. As you've seen in this video, remote exploitation is much more dangerous than client-side. Remote exploits are less common, but we do not need any interaction from the victim. This concludes our training video lesson on remote exploitation. Thanks for joining us.